find myself thinking about why this girl is upset with me, why she's mad at me. But I had an epiphany of when we spoke about Vada, about how I have all the girls signed up for Vada as we get ready for our fights. And so as I'm having this talk with this individual, she gave me a look and she said, "You're right." So she went and got signed up for her fight. That's why I didn't ever think that she was really dirty, for one. Because if I mention it and she went and got her opponent signed up for it, her results and everything is maybe why she's upset. This ain't even about no fight with her. It's about, I was trying to figure out what all could have happened. And I think that's where the anger is coming from. That I mentioned it to her, she went and did it, and it didn't turn out the way that she wanted it to.
All right, so this is not actually the video I'm going to do with Janitor Farty, a.k.a. Manager Marty. Now I'm going to show you how disrespectful I am, right? You got a taste with knockout. But in this video, I'm going to do this fair use educational purpose only, and I'm going to give some of the subscribers, since they're not going to see part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, and how professional I was, and I wasn't cussing and flying filth. And you know, I get that way when I hear the propaganda and bullshit. Sometimes I just get so fed up that I'm going to call you, and I'm going to call you names, and I'm going to call you who I think you are. And actually, this video is about what Clarissa just Shields said, right? And I'm starting to think, right? But I will get back to you, Manager Marty or Janitor Farty. But I'm going to show you, and I'm using a thumbnail of you in boots. And I can come with this conclusion, just like Clarissa Shields said, got me thinking, why is this woman so mad at me and blah, 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 blah. And I'll give you my reasons. And I'm going to tell you what I think about you and what kind of person you are in the next video, because I got another video. Remember, I've been watching you before you even knew I exist. Remember when I first came on your channel, you was like, "Oh, you're a content creator?" And I went, yeah, right? So I've been watching you, and I've been doing my homework way before you could even do homework with me. So I got a lot on you, man. I got a whole lot. So I'm just waiting for the comeback. And if you don't come back, I'm going to give you a reason why these dudes out here don't come back at me, right? But that's in the next video, right? And I'm going to show you some proof. When you do it to them, they don't like it, but they could do it to you. And I'm going to show you the bitch-ass niggerism that they have. So when I was listening to Clarissa Shields, and I said to myself, man, if these two ever fight, of course, way before Elisa Bongbar got popped, right? Or whatever, right? If you're going to fight Clarissa Shields, decides that I want this fighter on Vada, well, we have Victor Conte in the middle to sponsor that. If that promoter or don't want to pay that certain amount of weeks of pre-testing, he will sponsor the fight. And what Victor Conte say, usually when he sponsor a fight, he usually have 2 fighters that he will sponsor for Vada, right? As long as you show his product. All right, right. But like I said, I will show proof that in my mind that doesn't always work, right? So I'm saying to myself, wow, I'm looking at boots. And I'm looking at the excuses that Manager Marty and YSM and, you know, big out to YSM, go subscribe to him, all right? And go subscribe to Manager Marty, regardless if I think he's a bitch-ass nigga. And go subscribe to Knockout 86. Now, this is what makes me different from them. And I explain that later in the video, too. So subscribe to them, man, because they're giving me ideas. And I'm not going to take that away from them, right? Even though they bitch-ass niggas. So I'm saying, damn, Clarissa Shields will put anybody on Vada, especially if it's a big fight, a champion fight, or so on and so on. Then I said to myself, if Errol Spence and Crawford do the rematch, now, do you think Crawford would put... Now, it was 8 weeks. Victor Conte made a mistake on Manager Marty. I'm going to stick with Manager Marty right now, because I'm being educational purpose and fair use. I'm not angry right now. I'm calm. I took a chill pill. You know, I took my medication and shit, so I'm chill. Not like when I was doing knockout. I didn't take my medication, so I was flipping a little bit. But just like it was 8 weeks, but I think that if I could recall, Victor Conte said, Imagine Marty, that it was 12 weeks that they had pre-testing, right? But it was actually 8 weeks. So I'm just saying to myself now, if this fight happens again, would it be 8 or 12 weeks? Well, of course it would be 12 weeks, right? And when I was telling you just now about having the product of Victor Conte Snac on your shorts, well, now it's either two things happen. And I know Errol Spence, because I heard him say one time, I can't find the clip, but don't take my word for it, but he wouldn't pay for that shit, right? So I would assume, see, assumptions make a fool out of you too. But if I hear him saying that I wouldn't pay no $15,000 to do full Vada or 8 weeks or 12 weeks of Vada, I wouldn't pay for it. I would assume that when Victor Conte have Crawford on Snac, and he probably sponsor him, that he also sponsor his opponent. That's what I assume. And now I come to the assumption, if that did happen and Crawford said, this is what's going to be in the contract, we're going to do Vada testing, right? Now it's either Errol Spence got the money to do it, or he got sponsored by Victor Conte on the down low. And when I mean on the down low, in other words, when he came in, he didn't show any Snac on his shorts or nothing. He had dude wipes, something like that. Dude wipes, right? So I get back to that. If you see my video, I was explaining dude wipes and shit like that. But yeah, he had dude wipes or some shit like that. So I don't know. I don't have the answer, but I could speculate. I could come to an assumption that if Crawford's on Vada and Victor Conte sponsor fighters to be on Vada using his product or showing his product, then I could come to that assumption, even though I'm right or wrong, okay, that Errol Vada was paid for by Victor Conte. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. My pride and my ego is not the shit here. It's not the shit. So if somebody tell me you're wrong, I'm like, okay, I'm wrong because I don't have any proof. I'm just doing it by assumption, okay? I'm not saying this is a fact, right? So when I see Clarissa Shields and I say, yeah, if Elisa Bongo was going to fight, regardless if she got popped or not, regardless, it had nothing to do with she be on pop, she will make sure, because she said this in her clip, that, you know, I make sure that anybody I fight is on Vada. And now I say, if Errol Spence and Crawford would fight, they'll be on Vada. Now, let me ask you a question, because all these dudes was making these things up for Boots Ennis, and that he only did it one time. And I hear the story that Victor Conte saying that he did take blood.
And at some point, I talked with Bozy, and we came to an arrangement, and Boots did do the blood testing, and we did supply the supplements. And not only Boots, but Bozy, it was a fight in Carson at they called it many different, the outdoor stadium there, arena, they called it many different names, Heritage, Home Depot, I think was the original thing. But that was for one fight, okay?
Right? And he did use the products, right? But he didn't use the gym, and he didn't use the facility equipment, right? Right? So this is the little excuse they use, right? That, oh, he wasn't in the gym, he didn't use their facility, and then when they say, well, Victor said that he take blood, they'll say, well, what did Boots say? Did Boots say that he took blood? So I said, cool. I'm not going to get upset at all. So the way they sound is like, Boots, you know, it was just a one-time thing and blah, blah, blah. So let me ask you this question. Since we know that Clarissa Shields used Vada, we know, this is proof, that she'll put other fighters on on Vada, and if they can't afford it, that maybe Snac and Victor Conte would do it for her because she want all her opponents on Snac. That's an assumption, right? We know that Errol Spence and Crawford, they did 8 weeks. Victor Conte said 12 weeks by mistakes, and then he came back on morning to say it was 8 weeks. We all make mistakes, and me best believe I can't pronounce my words right, and also I do make mistakes because my mind is running fast, and sometimes I'm thinking two things at the same time, and I try to get it out, and I fumble the ball sometimes. It is what it is, right? But read between the lines, right? And so I'm saying to myself, you want this Boots and Crawford fight, right? Don't y'all want this Boots and Crawford fight? Well, how do you think this is going to go down in the contract? Now, Boots, if you're going to tell me Boots only did it one time and he's not really with Snac, okay, would he be on Snac, or would he put that patch on knowing that either he's going to have to come out of his pocket or his promoter or whatever is going to pay for Snac, or would he look for Victor Conte? Would he look for Victor Conte to sponsor and do Snac and pay for the Snac for him to fight Crawford?
Who do you know that has sponsored over 20 boxers and paid for them to be in Vada 24/7, 365? Nobody but me. Money.
Explain this one for me. Oh, y'all know y'all slick tongue. Y'all gonna get YSM, and I see you over there with Marty. Respect to you. Like I said, I'm a Boots fan. I like him. I like how you fight. But explain to me, because I've been listening to you on Manager Marty's video, and you one of these dudes, Banji, was, explaining. He was like, well, did he did it once? Did Boots say he took blood? Well, Victor Conte said he did, but Boots, he never said anything. But the way you make this assumption is to say, well, if he ain't say nothing and you ain't getting nothing from Boots and no one asked him, or if they did ask him and he said no, or no one asked him and he said nothing, you're using that excuse to say, well, he didn't use the full facility. So now let me say this. If Crawford and Boots was going to fight, best believe they both going to take blood, they both going to use the facility, and this won't be the first time that Boots endorsed or sponsor, whichever way you want it. If anybody look at my videos, I did about sponsor and endorse. And I try to explain the difference, right? Like Canelo, he endorsed because he's the face, right? He's the face of Hennessy, right? Even though Hennessy have different faces for Hennessy, but you see him all the time. Like Shaq, he is the face for General Insurance, right? So I assume that's more of an endorsement, because every time you think, it's like a subconscious thing. Every time you think of this, you think of this person. The General Insurance, you think of Shaq. You think of Hennessy, you'll think of a lot of other people faces, but if you're a boxing fan, you'll think of Canelo, right? So, but sponsor is a whole different story. But this dude, Manager Marty, and I use his words, right? I didn't say what he said, and this is why these niggas don't like me. This is why these ninjas don't like me. Because once you say this, I'm going to show proof that you was wrong or you was right. That's it. And I say, you could do it to me. I don't care. I ain't Caps and Foe. I name myself Caps. So I say I'm capping because the enemy, the person that don't like me that's watching this, they're always going to think I'm full of shit. It is what it is. So they don't like me, right? And I'm going to get to the next video on the beta bitch tendencies that these channels have. But I'm just saying, if Crawford and Boots fight, don't you think they're gonna be on Snac again? I mean, once you did it once, it's easy to do it twice. You think that Boots is not gonna be on Snac again? Please tell me I'm full of shit after you've been on Snac the first time, or his fans gonna tell him don't go on Snac. But at the end of the day, since you say And this is why in my next video with you, Manager Marty, I'm gonna explain what I think you are, who I think you are, and what's your game. And it starts and it ends with S's. SS. And in my next video, that's the thumbnail. SS. And I'm if anybody can guess now what SS stand for Marty, man, then you on board with me. But if you can't see it, I'm gonna let you know I'm seeing it. Big time. Right? Big time. But I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna leave it for the next video. I'm gonna show you the bitch ass tendencies. I'm gonna say when they say, why me, right? And you just want attention. All these things. You watching me, but I ain't watching you. All these bitch ass tendencies. But at the same time, I am the bitch ass. Because I call these things out. And I'm looking for attention, right? But watch the actions, because if you can recall, Manager Marty had a couple interviews, and I sent him a super chat after I saw the interview. I gave him a $5 super chat. And I said, yo, it was a good interview. You know what he did? He went on his videos and said, what kind of man does this? He's trying to disrespect me. And like I said, never try to disrespect him. I try to educate him. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, right? And I'm showing you a little taste of knockout how I would disrespect you, son. Yo, B, I would disrespect you, right? And I never got to that level yet. And right now, I'm still pulling away, right? I'm on my meds. I'm good. I'm good today. So I'm not gonna get red light on you, man. I'm not gonna get red on you, man. Right? So at the end of the day, don't be mad, Philly fans and Philly fans, fanatics for Boots, that if he gets on Snac, right? Because they need to sponsor him and they got to pay for him to fight Crawford. Am I wrong? Clarissa Shields going to do it. Crawford's doing it. Boots going to do it again. He has no choice because this is what Crawford wants. And also, Crawford didn't push him to do this. Boots did this on his own without Crawford. When that sponsor patch saying Snac, he did it on his own. So what makes you think he won't do it again? Especially if they're going to pay for Vada. That's that. And I'm seeing the bigger picture. And regardless if Manager Marty don't see the bigger picture, he's part of the big picture, but he doesn't see it. But I know when the big picture comes around, he's going to want to take full credit for it. And I see the play already. But what's happening is, if all these big boxes that's touching M's or close to touching M's, right? Even if you could up to $800,000, $400,000, your net worth or whatever, if you could pay for it, right? These big names are going to want Vada, right? And if they can't afford it, or they want not to come out of pocket, or their promotion company don't want to come out of pocket, and they want somebody like Victor Conte to sponsor it, well, I see a pattern. And if this pattern starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger, see, either of you talk bad, negative, or positive, Victor Conte see the big picture. He said, you know what? You keep making this a big thing. See, you, Manager Marty, let me give you an example. I'm not going to say everything in this video. But if you ask me, do you believe that Crawford is on PEDs? And this is the trick question. And I say yes, he's on performance enhancement, drugs, but to me, it's vitamins, right? And I have to explain. I'm not going to say yes or no, because when you say yes, then they don't want to hear the build up to the yes. They don't want to hear the build up to the no. They just want a yes or no, like you in court, because that's nigger shit. And they believe that once they get convicted, they feel like they convict you that way and they could win an argument. A yes and no. But I'm sorry. My yes has got something behind it, some substance behind it, and my no also. All right? So that ninja shit, kill the noise, man. Kill the noise. So if you ask me this, and I say, well, yeah, I mean, he's using the sports facility. He's using the equipment. He's using the mask, oxygen buildup, oxygen reduction, and acclimated to certain oxygen and restricting it and building up lactic acid. All this is performance enhanced, right? To help you breathe better in a fight. help your stamina. So that's performance enhanced. But they don't want to, they want to pretend one way and don't hear the whole story. They just want a yes or no. So if you say yes, well, then they're making you sound like you're the fool and you think that Crawford's on something. And if you take blood and they say, well, you're deficient in iron and vitamin D, like most black people are deficient in vitamin D and iron and stuff like that. And they say, okay, we're going to supplement you with this. And guess what? Your testosterone level's low. Just like any average fool out here that like to go to GNC and get these testosterone boosters with maca, and all these other things, zinc, and they have like a formula, and you take these vitamins to help boost your testosterone level naturally. Well, that's enhancing. That's cool. But then if you ask me, do you think there's something under the table that he's taking? I'll say no. And if I ask Marty the same thing, he say, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's something under the table, right? But you ask me, I'll say, listen, every man deserves 2 chances. He messed up the first time, and he's trying to redeem himself the second time. Third time, I'm a fool, right? I don't give third chances. It's only 1 or 2. And I say, listen, man, I made videos about Victor Conte when you was talking about Manny Pacquiao back in the days, and I used to call him Victor Conte, okay? I'm just being honest, because the way I see it, just the way no one wants to assume that he doesn't like being convicted. Well, I feel the same way with Manny Pacquiao, right? You shouldn't do that with any other fighter unless you find proof. If you don't find proof, poof, be gone. That's it. So all I'm saying, because this is getting a little bit long, but I'm giving you a little sum up, that if I say my morals is I give a man 2 chances, I believe that Crawford is taking performing enhancing by using the gym, taking blood, checking to see if he's deficient in certain vitamins, and that's fine. That's not the drugs and shit like that. That's not what you, but see, Manager Marty, he likes to say this and then say that, but at the same time, he's right there in the middle. He's right there in the middle, balancing. So I see you. I know what you're about. And my next video, the 2 letters is SS. If anybody could comment on what those 2 letters mean and who I'm gonna call Manager Marty, wow, then you just as swift with me. You just as swift with me, subscribers. My subscribers, if you could abbreviate those 2 SS and what it is, then we on to the next video. And we still gonna be on the next video. It is what it is, man. But I'm letting you know, when all these fighters is using Vada and also using Victor to sponsor them, and you say my fighter only did it 1 time, watch yourself. Watch yourself, because this shit might turn on you. But like I said, these channels, they always have a way to sneak out of something and say, I told you so. Nigga, I ain't gonna tell you so. I'm not gonna tell you so. I'm gonna show you so. I'm not gonna say I told you. It's a subconscious thing to make you keep watching them. Didn't I tell you? No. I'm not gonna just tell you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you a clip from back then that I said, and I'm gonna put it up in front. That's it. And I'm not gonna keep telling you I told you so, because that's just a fucking tactic. It's a mind subconscious shit to say, always watch me because I always got the right answer. I'm telling you, I hate these motherfuckers with egos and fucking narcissistic ways. That's what pissed me the fuck off. I hate these niggas, man, and they're never wrong. And that's what make me start to fly fucking flying filth motherfucker that I'll be. And if I'm not on my meds. Now, if I'm not on my meds, I get real fucking filthy with my mouth, yo. So, I'm not here to change your mind. Never here to change your mind. Now, I never try to change a nigga Wakanda. I don't care if you're Australian Wakanda, a black Wakanda, a Philippine Wakanda. I can't change y'all niggas' mind. But I'm definitely here to irritate your mind. And it's not what they say, it's what they're not saying. So you keep talking about Snac, and you keep promoting it in a negative way and trying to find ways to say that, well, we're not sure. Hey, you keep making these videos. And look at this clip right here to show you what I mean. So on Manager Marty, if you look at the comments, pause it and you'll see it. You'll see Knockout 86 TV. Shout out to everyone who only pull up when the topic is Spence versus Crawford, right? But that's not what I'm really concerned about. is what Victor Conte said below. He said, Manager Marty, talk about the journalistic integrity, so please post a full second interview that I did with you. You are posting small clips without context. Please post a second interview in its entirety. Let me give you my take on this. When I say to Victor Conte now, don't complain. Don't complain, Victor. All right? Because you went on there for a favor for Rachel, right? Because you said if it was up to you, you would never go on there. And Rachel said, it's not bad to get your hands dirty. It's not your hands dirty. Get your hands dirty. Go against the grain, right? And fight back. It helps with good promotion for Snac, right? And he said, I'll do it. I'll do it for you, Rachel, right? So don't get mad if this man cuts it up and make it sound like you don't know what you're talking about. Don't get mad. You took the channel. It was a great interview. Big up to Manager Marty. I ain't no hater, right? And if you do it again, and I like what Manager Marty, not Manager Marty, but Victor Conte say, I'll send you a super chat, because see, that's my proof that I'm not a bitch ass nigga. That's my proof to say, yo, regardless if I like you or not, man, I will give you a thumbs up. Some of the shit you will say, I'll give you a thumbs down. This is fucking life examples, nigga. Let me just say this, and this is why my attitude is like this, right? Let me give you a little example. A white man did me wrong, and a black man bailed me out. A black man did me wrong, and a white man bailed me out. Since then, it's not the color of your skin, it's the character within. That's it. And that's how I start to be like this, and that's why I have equal opportunity with everybody. That's why I have equal opportunity. So Victor Conte, don't get mad, because at the end of the day, what if it's negative, positive? If this Manager Marty is doing things with your videos that you don't like, and you still go on there and you're doing it for Rachel, or you just want to keep going on there, fine. You see, it is what it is, bro. Don't get mad, because at the end of the day, you're going to win, Snac going to win, and Vada's going to win. And guess what? You're going to get more of these fighters in. You're going to be pulling it. So regardless if Manager Marty want to say this and then say that, and don't want to be direct, like I'm being direct to you, my subscribers. I don't believe that Crawford is on anything. But when I got on this man channel, and do you believe that, listen to it, do you believe that Crawford is on drug by hand? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, why do you think, no. I said, wait. He said, do you believe that he's taking a different kind of snack? And I said, yeah. I don't think he's taking the legal snack. I think he's taking the illegal snack. And he said, well, why would you think that? And I said, well, if I was watching you every day and I was a fucking bad sheep, I would believe what you're saying. See, the man within will believe, a sheep will believe that you'd say talking two ways out your neck. And I would say, well, you are saying this, but I really think you're saying that. And if I was listening to you and I was a sheep, like some of your fucking subscribers, I would believe what you're saying, Manager Marty. Yeah. But so I was being sarcastic, that I feel like there's two snacks, one under the table and one on the counter. And I think he's taking the one under the table. And I told him the reason why I said that is because I'm watching you, Marty. And that's how I'm taking it. Where somebody watch me and I say, yeah, Crawford, he's getting his blood results. He's looking what they're lacking. They put it in. His oxygen levels, blah, blah, blah. It's all legal. It's all legal. And I don't believe he has nothing under the table. That's what it is. If my morals and my way, I think that I give a man 2 chances, not 3, because 3 chances, I'm a fool, right? Then it is what it is. Just like everyone that's been convicted of something and you've been guilty, and now you want the world to see that I'm a different man, but the world keeps stepping on your fucking neck every time, and you're like, God damn. Well, you know what? Fuck the world. I might as well go back to what I was doing. And that's what usually happens, yo. So the same motherfuckers watching this video that keep talking about, oh, Victor Conte, he's, man is 70 years old. If he wants to go back to jail again, that's his choice. It is what it is, man. Listen, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to irritate your mind. It's not what they say. It's what they're not saying. Share, like, and subscribe. Yeah, but remember these abbreviations, or whatever you want to call it. SS. And I'm going to explain to you what that is and what I think Manager Marty is. I'm out. 1.